Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome back. How are you? I hope you and your families are keeping well. Everything is okay at your side. That's great. Okay, let us begin. Yes, we are on June day 8. So, yes, it's almost 1 week is over for the month of June. So, I must believe that you would have collated all the words which we're learning on day. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, today's day 8. So why don't you do one thing? I mean, it's just a reiteration, whatever we have done in the past. I'm not saying you may collect for the month of May, at least for the month. So you can do this weekly activity, whatever word you have learned each day, a new vocab. What you can do, you can implement in your anything, you can form a conversation with that you learned so far, because today is 8th day and we are going to learn the eighth word. So let us begin. As I just wanted to give you this suggestion that it's certainly going to help you. So the word of the day is crux. Yeah, it's crux. Now, what is crux? So you must have, I don't know whether you have heard it or not, but when we are in a conversation, we tell it basically come to the point. What is the matter at all? So crux is the most important point and the crucial point. If you are telling someone something in a very vague way, very detailed way, very brief way, but you're not telling the important point. So the crux is important. The crux of the matter is how to stop this, right? So what is the crux of the matter? So in a nutshell, we usually say in a nutshell, that means in a conclusion. So crux is the most important point. For example, I'm telling someone that you have to go there, you have to meet that person, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not telling the intent of that. The very important one, you have to meet with the person, you have to take some money from that person. So the whatever is the important part in any activity, that is the crux. Why we are doing this, why you are listening to me, why I am facilitating this. The crux is that you can basically groom yourself. You can speak in good English. You can communicate with other people. You can work on overall development, right? So that is the crux. That is the main crux. So so the word of the day is crux, right? So we should move ahead. Yes. So as we know, this is going to be fun do week. Every day we are doing some of the fun do activities wherein we are learning English with different forms of activities. So if you remember that last time we did some of the activities wherein I was be the host, I was be the person who was asking, and I was the person who was answering the answers as well. So there are different form of questions. There are different activities. It certainly these activities. Why do we do these activities? Because our mind catches those very easily. If I ask you, you need to watch a movie or you need to read a book. Which one you're gonna opt? You're gonna watch. You're gonna opt that, and you're going to watch a movie, right? It's a very natural thing. Our mind opts for those things which are, we get lazy while we do this. We get lazy while we do this, right? So what happens? Let me give an example. For example, you are standing in a queue to watch a movie, and that queue is too long. That too long that that you think that I'm doing my turn is about to come in after 30 to 40 minutes. But you will say it's okay, because you would be excited to watch that movie, right? But if you are standing same queue in the same queue with the temple, if you are visiting a temple and if you are in the same queue, how would you feel? You will be frustrated. Yeah, it's so rush. It's too rush, and it's that much. I mean, it's natural, right? When we are standing in a queue of temple, we feel like, or temple or a mosque or a church or a gurdwara, if it's a long queue, we get frustrated. But when we are at a movie show, we do not. Similar to that, when you are in a bus, traveling in a bus, or there's a huge crowd, you get frustrated. You don't like that environment. But when you are in a desk or a club, you see a lot of crowd, that becomes crowd. It's not a frustrating crowd. It's all about the mind. It's all about it. Right. When somebody tells us a bad news that this has happened, we would be thinking of about that moment or about that something happened. And if somebody tells us a good news, we will be thinking about it. So it's all about mind. Irrespective, somebody say lie to us that this has happened, it's a good news. We'll be thinking to that or any truth. Or I mean, it's what we think this happened with us. So its activities are that sort of fun activities wherein we get inclined towards it. We would like to do those activities. And by doing this activity, we are getting into a conversation, not bad, I believe, right? So yes, we should begin with the activity. So let me tell you what are the activities. So word of the day, you know what is the word of the day for today. So yes, if you remember that daily activities, we did that student A, we did that yesterday. Let me highlight it. This one we did yesterday. I hope you are aware. We covered all these 10 questions. Today we're gonna do student B. That student B. Yes. Because we covered the first 10 part yesterday, and today we're gonna do the next part. So are we ready to have some fun? Yes, let us begin. I would be a questioner, I would be the answer. I would be the person who will be answering it. So yes, discuss the questions below with your partner or with your friends, family, or anywhere where you think you can form a conversation. I was telling you yesterday, forming a conversation literally plays a vital role. If you do not form a conversation, you cannot grow. If you think that I know better English, I know prepositions, I know tenses, doesn't matter. If you do not know how to open your mouth, you cannot converse anymore. So building a conversation is a skill which you have to develop. And how you can develop? There are multiple ways as we are doing this activity. By doing this activity, you will build a conversation. I will ask something, you will respond me something, you're going to ask me, I'm going to respond you. We are into a conversation. That is what it is. Because if I ask you, what is the meaning of this? Did you do that? Yes, no, it's not a conversation. During any close-ended conversation, which is close-ended questions, it is not a conversation. When we do ask open-ended conversation, open-ended questions, it becomes a conversation. It becomes a pattern, and that pattern is what we need in our life, right? Yes. So let us begin. What time do you usually get up in the morning? So if you ask me, I usually get up in the morning around 6 a.m. Yes. What do you often eat for lunch? So for lunch, I take a hefty amount of lunch wherein it will be mix of, it should be a complete meal. Like for example, salad, if there is some pickle for taste, some curd or maybe buttermilk in summers, it's very useful. And of course, chapati, sabji. I do prefer instead of chapati and sabji, I prefer rice with some dal or with some lentils. That is my preference. How do you travel to school or work, bus or taxi? So in my school days, I used to walk because it was near to my home and not exact near, I would say. It used to be of 10 minutes or 15 minutes of walk, but I preferred walking. And if because I love walking a lot, so during my childhood I have developed this habit because when I was in school also I used to travel via my foot. So when in work, because of course workplace is not near to your place, you have to travel. So do you go via bus, taxi? So we usually prefer the metro. The metro is a basically platform, is a train platform. It's an amazing train platform. It's amazing rail services where you have air conditioners and all cleaning and everything with the good safety measures. So yes, I do prefer public transport rather than private transport because if you're traveling by your own car or two-wheeler, you get stuck in the traffic jam. It's a scorching heat. You don't like traveling, and if you are traveling your vehicle when you are at work, you will be very tired. So I prefer using public transport. Yeah, where do you eat lunch? What do you usually eat for lunch? So we just discussed, I believe. So I eat lunch if I'm at home, of course, at my place. If I'm with friends, with them. If I'm at work, in the cafeteria. If I'm in school, of course, in the cafeteria. Sorry. What do you? I'm sorry. I'm sneezing in the morning. What do you usually eat for lunch? So usually I take rice with some buttermilk and salad. What do you like to do after school or work? So if I talk about after school, what I used to do when I used to be at home, of course, changing clothes, washing hands and just freshening up. Afterwards, taking lunch. After the lunch, I used to go to bed for a quick nap. Yes, it used to be a quick nap after some after the quick nap in the evening time, I used to go out for play. We used to play cricket in the evening. I used to play cricket. And once I'm back by playing cricket, washing hands and having my dinner afterwards, I used to study for continuous 2 hours before I go to bed. I never used to prefer studying in the afternoon time. But if it is important, if it is an exam time, so I used to skip going out for playing cricket, and I used to utilize that time for studying. But during examination days, I used to ensure that I go out and play cricket. And if you talk about work, what after work, of course, when I'm back from work, it's usually around 9 or 10. So once I'm back, I wash my hands and freshen up, change my clothes, and afterwards we hardly get time. We hardly get time. And then I used to ensure that before I go to bed, I spend time with my family. I spend time with my parents. I talk to them, whatever is happening throughout the day or anything which I want to talk because I feel relaxed when I sit with them because of entire day of office, you don't get time. So I feel good when I spend time with my parents. It's necessary basically. Maybe 10 minutes or maybe 30 minutes, depending upon my schedule. And afterwards, because I don't take dinner at night at too late, because I usually prefer that I take any light meal in the office, anything light so that I do not eat at night. So I don't take anything at night. And then before I go to sleep, I just watch certain videos, motivational videos or something of which is of learning bit for me, so that before I go to bed, I learn something new. And yes, then I go to bed. This is for after work. Moving ahead, uh, how many hours of TV do you usually watch each day? Is it too much? To be honest, ever since when I was in school or college, I used to watch TV. That was for 2 to 3 hours a day. And I don't think so that is too much because that could increase when we have a cricket match streaming live cricket match or any IPL. Though I am not that fond of IPL, but cricket match, of course, any one day series, not test match. I don't prefer test match. One day or 2020. If India is playing, I used to watch that. And then, of course, a few comedy shows I was fond of. But if you ask me, Current situation, I do not watch TV. Very rarely, 10 minutes. For example, if I'm in my uh, drawing room and I switch on the TV, the only channel, the news channel I would like to see, not, I do believe that I know that those news could be fake or framed. So just to be, keep myself updated, I just zoom in, zapping, zooming of the channels just to see which channel is showing which news. Because out of 10, there are few new channels, they show a real thing, what is happening in our country. So I do that, though it's not too much of TV, because we know that currently we have smartphones, we have Google, everything is available. The different apps, they will every day they're gonna tell you the current affairs, the current news, and we are connected with social media, with social networking sites, wherein you get to know what is happening in our society. So that is why when we are connected via these platforms, there is no, I don't think so, need of watching TV for news. But for different programs also, you can watch anytime, anything on your smartphone. So that is why I don't watch TV. If I ask you what is the too much, so I would say watching TV for 1 hour or 2 hours or maximum 3 hours is quite enough. If you're spending more time in watching TVs, more than 3 hours, honestly, it's a wastage of your time. Irrespective, you should spend that much of time in doing different activities, grooming yourself. Yes. Moving ahead, what's your favorite website? Why do you like it? So there's a website wherein you can certainly do enroll different programs for your grooming, for your career. That too, uh, free of cost. There are different websites, and I believe during COVID there was a special program that was led by, there is a company, I forgot the name of that company. I believe that was Wipro or some other organization, Tata, I believe. They started the program for the youngsters if they want to enroll any courses. So there are different websites, but I do prefer there's this website that teach you different skills, the grooming skills. That's why I like it. Can you cook? How often do you cook dinner? So very interesting question. If you ask me personal preference, during my leisure time, during my spare time or free time, I prefer cooking, but not overall cooking. I basically like to make different snacks. Like for example, take a sandwich. I like sandwich a lot, but I prefer the sandwich which is made by me, because I keep changing, twisting, and mixing up different things. I usually prefer Subway one. So at home, I take that stuff and make different from Subway with different ingredients, healthy one rather. And of course, they also have healthy, but I try to keep healthy. And so I prefer all these stuff, sandwich, anything which is like, there is a one dish which is very famous in Calcutta, jail movie, right? So that also uh, we can make at home with a with a very few ingredients, and it just becomes very tasty. It's a snacking time. I prefer doing that, and every weekend I ensure that I prepare something for me, myself, or family. So, and I do that. But if you ask me proper overall cooking, no, I'm not into that proper cooking. But yes, I can make snacks or breakfast, few things which are easy to make. And I like that, doing that when I'm free. When I'm free, I like doing that because I prefer, I should put delicious things and make it delicious and feed to my family and myself. Tell me about your best friend. How often do you see him? So yes, there are a couple of friends. They are my college friends. They are a couple of ones are, we can say best. So I do not have any definition for best or non-best. I believe anyone who is to whom you are in touch or support each other in your good or bad times, that person is your best friend. And that could be any person. It's not necessary that from school, college, or your workplace. It could be anyone in life, right? So yes, if you ask me how often, so during the schedule, we do not get time to meet each other. So we usually speak on calls whenever there's anything to talk about. Of course, birthdays, we do speak about on birthdays. But have you ever wondered, ever since we are evolving with WhatsApp, we do not call? I observed one thing that ever since this WhatsApp has, you know, I would say rather taken up our life, now WhatsApp is controlling our life. Earlier, I do remember when WhatsApp was not in famous or it was not that much in place. We used to call everyone on the birthdays, anniversaries, or for any good days, or anything we want to discuss for any consolence or any discussion, normal discussion. We used to message very rarely, but for birthday, it was a call. That is for sure. But I don't know if it has happened in your life or not. Today's time, if it is your birthday or if you have to wish a birthday, you will rarely call. You will WhatsApp that person happy birthday or a good message. Similarly, you do receive messages. I do receive messages, very few calls. In fact, there are some people to whom we expect the person would call us. They also message us. In fact, recently, uh, it's been a week now. It was my birthday. So I received n number of messages, millions of wishes via messages on my social media platform. There were certain people to whom I was expecting a call. They also messaged me. So I understood this is a phenomena. This is a phenomena because if you ask me, at times I also do that. I simply message. But to be honest, I prefer like if I am somebody who is in regular touch with me, someone who is in close proximity to me, close to me, very good friend of mine, or we share everything, I call that person. I do message also. Message is mandatory. We do it, but after message I do call it. I haven't dropped that habit of myself by just messaging and that's it. Of course, not to everyone. I it totally depends to whom I'm calling. If they're cousins, very close friends, I have keep a bracket of that to whom I am interacting. But if somebody who haven't interacted with me on the phone via message, I would prefer just a message. But in my list, there are people to whom I call also on their birthdays. It's okay if they do not call me or not. That's fine, but it's my habit. So because we hardly speak to person on these special days, if we're calling them, that makes us more special. So that is what I do prefer. Last question. What time do you go to bed at night? Do you think you should go to bed early? I think we did cover in the first one also. So, of course, I go around 11. And if I think I should go to bed early, yes, I would love to do that because of sleeping time. We should have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So that was activities part of B, wherein we just discuss A were discussed yesterday, B discussed today. Moving ahead. Yes. Now I'm going to tell you about this activity. You're gonna learn it. You're gonna, enjoy it. Spin and speak. Have you been to any, what do we say, any place wherein any museum or any amusement park or anywhere wherein there used to be a spin? You just spin it and whatever number comes in, you get a prize or you get to do that. All right, you just need to spin it and it will roll and it will be at you. So the same activity we're gonna do it, we're gonna spin it. So what you can do, you should create a paper, or maybe if something of wooden which has a stick or which has a something to revolve, create it, write all this stuff, and then sit in front of your partner and just spin it. Once you spin it, you need to check what is pointed on you. If it is pointed on me, I really don't like, I will speak about that and I will scribble it. Then I will spin it again. Now the next time. Now, for example, if I got the same part, I really don't like, then I will speak up what is after that and I'll scribble it. So it is a very interesting activity. I'm sure you must be aware about truth and dare. Truth and dare. For example, how do we play truth and dare? We take a pen or something to spin, and we are sitting in a group of, it's a group of 5 to 6 people. We're spinning a pen, and that pen pointed on me, and then the group gonna ask me, you choose truth or dare. If I say truth, they're gonna ask me something which they are not aware of, and I'm supposed to tell them the truth. And if I do not choose the truth, I may ask them, I pick a dare. They're going to ask me something to do this activity, which is very daring. Go and talk to that person, do that. That is truth and dare. But that is not related to this. This is something, spin it and speak it. Spin it and speak it. It's a twisted form of activity, right? It is usually this conducted in foreign nationals in schools of London, US, especially when they are. So I'm not saying that they are doing it for learning English, they are doing it for fun only. But we can utilize that and you can implement in especially for learning English, because it will build something to open up. But if you are a teacher, um, it is for all the teachers, of course. Of course, it is for everyone, students also, but mainly the teachers who are into a teaching business, and they don't know what type of activities they should conduct for their students. What they can do this, they can create something like this. And in the class, they can make ensure that people are in a group, forming a group, and then the teacher can spin it. Once teacher spin it, if it is wherever it stops, the teacher can ask, now tell me about this. So let us do that. So we're gonna start with I really don't like. I really don't like. For example, I have been got it. I don't really. If you ask me, I really don't like. So what I really don't like is, I really don't like if somebody is lying. I don't like somebody is lying, because it's okay. Truth could be a bitter, but I prefer those. There are 2 to 3 things which I don't like. One is somebody who lies to me, somebody who is a backstepping, backbiting, because I don't like it. And third person who cribs a lot, all the time, who cribs a lot, blah. He whosoever is not happy at all, despite the fact so many of blessings. There are some people at your workplace also. They will always, curse, always curse people, always curse company. We are not happy. We are not happy. They are working there. They will always curse. I'm sure you must have seen people around you, right? If you are one of them, please change this habit. When we go to an organization for an interview, right? On that particular time, we are nervous. We pray to God, God, please get us this job. Please get us the job. Once we get that job, once we are, achieve that, we are very happy on the very first day. But once we enter in the organization, after a few days or months, we start craving. Yeah, ye nahi hai, blah, 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 blah. Why don't you switch, man? Why don't you go and try outside? Check your caliber. Why are you nagging here? So I don't, I like those people, those who crib every time, who are not happy in their life or with others' life. I don't know, they're jealous or what. So that is what is I don't like. Next is that is not my thing. So that is not my thing. I would say cursing someone, of course. Cursing someone is not is my thing. Next is I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of what I'm not a fan of. those who are very, those who show off a lot, those who show off in the sense those they showcase something else what they are not. So I don't like those people, dual personalities. They are something and they show. And some people in our life, in our society, they show off a lot. They would have taken a car on loan, taken a home at loan, but they will show that they are Ambanis or Birlas, and they don't understand people. They don't respect people. I don't like those guys. We should respect every person of society. Every person of our society has a right to be respected. It's okay if that person is a sweeper or maybe a different class. We should not have right that we should not respect. So every person should be respected. Give respect, take respect. Next is I'm not into so much of I'm not into a party fan. So much of parties. I'm not into drinking. I'm not into smoking, these things. I'm not into. I dislike, I dislike, I dislike what I dislike. Uh, I would say I dislike politics. There are certain political debates which happens in the group, especially in terms of religion. I do not like it. I don't this is written. I don't like. I don't like rather junk food. I don't like junk food. Yes, I love I love healthy foods. Yes. I'm crazy about cricket. Yes. If I'm sleeping in the night, you ask me that let's go and play cricket. I will be the one who will join you. Provided I will say I will bowl. That too fast bowling. Yes. Uh um, I'm crazy about cricket. I'm fond of I'm fond of learning new things. Yes, this is my area of interest. Not learning new things wherever I can, because in my life, when I wake up, first and foremost, I pray and thanks to God for giving me this beautiful day wherein I can utilize this throughout my day. With the positive vibes, I drink water and then I schedule my activities. So I'm fond of learning new things. I make my mind that today I'm going to learn something else. It's not about anything pertaining to English, anything related to life, a lesson towards life, how to live a good life, could be a healthy, uh, related to health, related to moral, anything, because it's a world of full of different aspects, not only English, kuch bhi naya, anything new which is certainly going to help us, spiritual, mental, emotional, anything, irrespective. Maybe somebody or maybe I get to learn that I should be eating this more in order to ensure that this is good thing to eat. So anything, kuch bhi, that I prefer that I learn something, either a new word, new thing, new news, or anything. That is I prefer. And to be honest, there is no you cannot say ki I only learn with people who are of a great place. No, you can learn anything with any age group. Sit with your family, with your parents for 15 minutes. I can vouch on that. Honestly, I can vouch completely. You're going to learn multiple things. They have a lot of things to share with you. They have a lot of experience which you're going to learn it, provided you should sit with them. If there are elders at your home, grandparents, that means it's like silver for you, gold for you. Just sit with them 10, 20 minutes. Just see your change. Just see the change. They're gonna share very good experience of their life. And whatever, there are certain idioms, proverbs which are made by them. They are always true. So that thing. And in fact, there are kids at your home. It could be of any age. If somebody is a toddler, if somebody is a school goer or a college goer, you can sit with them. We learn with every age person. Kids also teach us a lot of things. Yes, they have a sense of responsibility. They have a sense of, how to kids only know how to make friends, because during their age they start with friends. In our age, we hesitate, we are into, in our own ego, but they are not into that ego. So we learn from kids also. So that is the aspect. No age bar, no religion, no custom, no particular tradition. We learn from each member of our society. No age bar, from a small infant to a old age person. So yes, I'm fond of learning new things. I adore, yes, I adore to those who are very, they, I adore to those people, um, how do I say it? Those who ensure that they are well dressed, or they ensure that their personality, it's not personality, is like you should be big build, or you should maintaining yourself, overall maintenance. Those who think that they give time to their health, irrespective, gymming, swimming, walking, or yoga, meditation, whatever they do, they have a routine in their life. Those who are scheduled, that morning I'm going to do this, afternoon I'm going to do this, evening this is my schedule. Those who follow a timetable in their life, those who follow a timetable of their health, that what they're gonna eat, those who follow a proper dressing sense, proper everything. I mean, those who are very, I would say, professional on their own lifestyle. Everything, there's those who are very disciplined. I adore to those who are very, very disciplined. Yes, discipline is very important in your life. Very important. I'm into, uh, I'm into basically, I'm into, I would say, fitness industry. I'm associated with the fitness industry, wherein I keep sharing tips, and I keep receiving different, what do we say, good things about how, what to do, what not, do's and don'ts. I enjoy watching movies. Yes, I enjoy watching movies, reading books, and traveling. I really like, I really like, if you ask me in terms of fooding, I really like juices. Orange juice is my favorite. I like I like company of good friends. Yes. I hate uh, political debates, especially on terms of religion. I cannot stand, I can't stand I can't stand, uh, where I would say, I can't stand anywhere, a place which is very hilly. Yes. I really don't like we started with it. So that was a spin and speak activity. I'm sure it was a very good uh, understanding. You might have got it. You may twist the questions. These are only few questions which I thought that I'll start with it, because these are one liner and then you can explain. It's like a story extension. You start with it and you end it. So you can form any other questions also. It totally depends on you. But it is a very good activity. You will certainly like it. So that was it for today. I'm sure you would have liked it. As we said, there are more activities to go. It's Wednesday, so we're gonna do this exercise until Friday. And because 2 more days and 2 more activities, you can collate all these activities. You can conduct in different sessions whenever you get time. It's really helpful for all the group you involve with. Yes, it's really helpful. And then yes, after this activity pattern, we have multiple things lined up which gonna help you a lot, right? So now I take a bit. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. Happy Wednesday. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.